Hello everyone, my name is Marah, and today's case is about Matthew Anfeldt, who was 20 years old when he went missing from Grand Mound, Washington in 2019. But before I get started, I just want to remind everyone I try to do the very best research and get the most accurate information I can for every single case that I cover. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's case. Matthew Daniel Anfeldt was born in Washington on January 27th of 1999. His dad's name is Ethan Anfeldt and his mom's name is Sarah Gleichman Anfeldt. He also has 3 siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. Matthew and his mom are extremely close, and it was said even after he moved out, he kept in constant contact with his mom. And when he was in high school, he was on the school's wrestling team, but his main passion was music. Matthew created a Facebook page under his stage name, MT Hayes, where he would release recordings and freestyle rapping videos. And at some point, like most young kids do, he began experimenting with drugs and eventually became addicted. His family was aware of his struggles and they were doing their best to try to help keep him clean. But on December 22nd of 2018, Matthew hung out with a friend in Lacey, Washington. He didn't have a vehicle and the battery had run out on his phone, so he decided that he's just going to start walking home. And while he starts to walk down Sleater Kinney Road, he notices 3 people in hooded sweatshirts. And they began to approach him, and Matthew felt uncomfortable, so he went into the Rite Aid store that was right there just to see if they would continue to follow him or what they were doing. It was said he stayed in the store for about an hour and he was thinking, I'm probably just being paranoid. It's probably nothing. I'm going to go ahead and continue my walk home. And once he reaches the back roads, he ends up tripping, and the 3 people that were in the hooded sweatshirts start to beat him up. They had a knife and they started cutting him, and they carved the word kill into his chest. Matthew was screaming for help during this, and he was falling in and out of consciousness. At one point in the night, he ends up recording a video of himself, covered in blood and crying, and then he posts it online. His older brother ends up seeing this video and instantly is trying to get into contact with Matthew to make sure that he's okay. Matthew ends up deleting this video the next day, and then he goes to his mom's house to explain to her what happened the night before. And of course, like any concerned parent would do, she wants him to go to the hospital and to report it to the police about what happened. Matthew tells her that he does not want to report it because he does not want to put his family in any type of danger. She asks him if he knew the people that attacked him, and he said that he did not know them and that he also did not owe anybody any money. And even when he talked to his friends about what happened, he would not give his friends any names of who these people were. He just told them that he knew that people were out to get them. So everybody was kind of unsure if he actually knew who these people were or if it was just a random attack or what exactly happened that night. He was also struggling with his finances and was stressed about paying his bills. So his mom just suggests, why don't we focus on you getting a job? So then we go to February 28th of 2019. Matthew and his sister Cheyenne spend the day bowling. Around 4:30 p.m., they arrive back at their family home. They go to his sister's room that is located off the garage away from the main house, where they had planned on just watching some movies and hanging out for the rest of the day. But around 5:10 p.m., Matthew remembers that he left his phone inside the main house. So he says to his sister, I'm going to go ahead and grab my phone quick before we get started. Around 5:27 p.m., police respond to the block of Old Highway 99 Southwest, after Matthew's neighbors call 911 reporting that he was outside acting erratically and they were concerned. His neighbor tells the dispatcher that he was outside talking about his family's death and that there were people after him. The neighbor says that Matthew then hopped a nearby fence and ran into the road, causing several vehicles to swerve in order to avoid hitting him. He then jumped on a car. He also jumped on the bed of a pickup and then jumped back off and then ran off. Around 5:30 p.m., Matthew goes into a Speedway grocery store. That's about 2 miles from his family's home. He was sweaty, panicked, and had dried blood around his mouth. He said he was looking for a place to hide while saying that his family had been murdered. And as the clerk calls 911, he ends up running back out of the store. This was around 6:30 p.m., and this is the last time Matthew has been seen or heard from. Authorities get in touch with his family and see that they are fine and well. His family lets them know that he's never done anything like this, and he's never gone more than 24 hours without being in contact with his mom. They also say he was not dressed for the cold temperatures. He also was not wearing shoes, and he'd left his cell phone and his wallet back at his mom's home. His family tries to search for him and they can't find him, so they end up reporting him missing on March 1st of 2019. And someone was supposed to get in contact with them, but they did not hear back from a detective all weekend. So that Monday, his mom, Sarah, goes to the police station and explains the story of what happened. She was told then that a detective should be in contact with her the next day, but nobody contacts her until Thursday, March 7th of 2019. So that's already a week after he went missing. The Speedway clerk is able to let the police know that a white utility truck had dropped off Matthew. It was also mentioned that the friend that he had been with before he was attacked back in December of 2018 was never interviewed, which, I mean, there could have been some significance there, of he might have had more to the story or been able to add something, but he was never interviewed. Investigators at first thought too maybe somebody had picked him up after he left the store, but it was said that nobody ever came forward. They also went and checked local hospitals, but nobody ever seen Matthew there, or he was never admitted at any of those hospitals in the local area. All through March of 2019, there was searches for Matthew. They used drones and the local canine unit. It was said authorities also asked people in the area to check their outbuildings, look in crawl spaces, because maybe he was hiding. There also has been no activity on his social media or on his bank accounts. When they were 2 months into the investigation, they set up a GoFundMe to be able to hire a private investigator and also be able to put up some reward money. Sarah also said that the leftover money, if he was found, would be going to another family that needed the help. I've seen since now that it's been put down. I'm guessing it's because in May of 2019, they were able to hire a private investigator. They think it was likely that he was having a mental health crisis, which could have possibly been caused by meth or ecstasy, but it has actually never been proven that he actually was taking drugs that day or that's what caused it. I also think it's probably really likely that his disappearance was because of that time that he got attacked back in 2018. But it's said that they haven't found any for sure evidence that the attack from December 2018 and him disappearing is all related. They can't actually prove that at this point. This is a quote from his mom, Sarah. Not one day has gone by that I have not thought of you, missed you, shed tears, or prayed for you. If you somehow see this, we need you to know how deeply you are loved and missed. We just want you to come home. Please remember you have and always will be my number one champion. We will never give up on you, and we love you. His mom has set up a Help Find Matthew Anfeldt page, Facebook page, that I will link down below. I hope this family is able to get some answers. It really seems like he almost just vanished. They haven't been able to find anything to even give them kind of a hint of where he could be. Sarah says that listening to her son's music and watching his videos help her get through each and every single day. Matthew is labeled as an endangered missing person, and his case is still open. Today, he would be 24 years old. But if you remember anything or you've seen anything, please speak up, so this family can either get some closure or even bring Matthew home. I will link all the information down below where you can contact authorities. But I think that's all I have for today. And I just want to say thank you for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.